Hello and welcome to another edition of Mobile Monday, the video podcast from GodIsAGeek.com, where we have a look at 4 mobile games, 4 iOS games, 4 Android games, for anything we can get our hands on, and let you know whether they're worth playing, worth buying, worth downloading. I'm GodIsAGeek's Deputy Editor Martin Baker, and I'll be walking you through the 4 games this week. The first game that we're going to have a look at this week on Mobile Monday is Bridget Jones. And it's another one of those games that you don't really know what you're getting into until you download it. I mean, with a name like Bridget Jones, you can probably tell it's got something to do with bridges. Maybe you can tell that. But the whole point of the game is, if we jump into one of the games, we'll choose that level. The whole point of the game is to build bridges across varying different difficulty gaps. So there's basically going to be a gap at one part of the level, and you got to get the train from the left hand side to the right hand side. There's physics involved as well, so if you don't build the bridge very well, it can fall down when the trains are going across it and you'll fail the level. You have to rebuild everything. So just get rid of this this bridge that's already been created. So in order to build, if you do something wrong, you want to start again, you can either destroy the entire thing, you can restart the level essentially, or you can hold the like wood saw in the bottom and then swipe across things as if you're playing almost the same action as if you're playing like Fruit Ninja or something. So and then once they're destroyed, you can build your own bridge. So in order to build a bridge, you drag from one point. You can see in the top left hand corner where I've attached the bridge to, and once you start attaching it so that your finger's not covering up where it wants to go, the little helper appears in the top left hand corner. You can swap that, you can have that appear in the top right hand corner if you prefer, but just so that your finger's not covering up where you want it to go, that thing appears. So build, well, I did that wrong, but oh well. So if I want to start everything again, I can hold the back button and do that. So let's try and do it a straight line this time, and then do the second one, attach it to that side. But because of the physics, if I tried to drive the train, in fact, let's try and drive if I can, because as you tell, I can't drive the train across there. But if I wanted to drive the train across there, it would, the moment the train touched it, it would pretty much straight away fall down because there's nothing supporting it. So if we swap this to the planks and attach a plank there as well, that'll support the bridge. So now when we press the play button, in order to give us control of the train, and we can use these forward and backwards little arrows in order to control the speed of the train and the direction. So now we're going across the bridge, and it didn't fall down because of we were using the supports. As you can see from this screen, you've got your star thing based on how well you did, how quick you did the level. Gives you more stars, so do it quicker, you get more stars. And then you've got coins that you can collect in order to unlock things later on. So the coins you get the coins for doing different things. Just finish the level is 1 coin. On the train you saw that there was a selection of crates. If you finish the level with all those crates, in this particular level, I mean the goals differ for each level, but on this particular level, if you finish the level with all of those crates still on the train, you got a coin. Don't destroy any bridge elements. So if you went over the bridge, if I'd have destroyed the bridge by going over it, I would have lost that coin, and then collecting enough points to get our stars. So a lot of the goals are similar. So you might have some later on that do the level in a certain amount of time, or collect a trailer from a different part of the level before finishing it. There are different goals to do, and the coins, as usual, unlock certain aspects of the game. But that's pretty much all you do. You build bridges, get from the left hand side of the screen to the right hand side of the screen, and that's Bridget Jones. The second game that we're going to have a look at this week on Mobile Monday is Dumb Ways to Die, and it's a strange game, very strange game, and it's very reminiscent of the PlayStation Vita game, Frobisher says, where it's just a selection of mini games that pretty much don't mean anything to each other, but you can you play through the games as many times as you want. In this case, you will unlock more characters the more that you play the game, and you unlock a crazy little video as well, which I'm sure you can find on YouTube if you want to find it. But I'll show you some of the games that you can play. So tap the door without the psycho, that one. So it's a selection of mini games. The faster you do them, the more points you get, and the longer you survive as well. The whole point is to try and survive for as long as you can by playing the games. If you fail to do one of the missions, you will lose a life, and you've only got the 3 dancing things on the screen are your lives essentially. So if you fail something like I just did then, you lose 1 life. And it's just like I said, a selection of games really. They get faster and faster, so they get obviously more difficult because they are becoming faster. And the games as well change. So in one game, once you start the game to the point where you die, you'll find that a lot of the games are the same. So even now, games have started repeating themselves, but that doesn't mean that there's only like 4 games, 5 games. It just means that it doesn't want to throw a game that you never played before when when you start doing things really fast. If it'll give you it'll give you 3 or 4 games each time, and once you know how to play those games, that's when they'll start getting faster and faster. It's starting to get really fast now. It's kind of difficult to talk and not die at the same time. There we go. This is probably not going to end well, especially as soon as that's the one that I failed on last time. Failed again. You can see how it gets more and more difficult as it's unrelenting in how quickly it speeds up. There we go. Last life gone. We've unlocked a new character though, so the whole point is to play through the game, die essentially, and then you'll unlock another character for the station at the beginning of the game. So that time we got the guy that failed to put the mustard on the hot dog, in which case the snake bit him in the face. But that's dumb ways to die. It's dumb-ish, but it's fun. The third game that we're going to have a look at this week on Mobile Monday is McPixel, which is a game that came out quite a while ago on like PCs and things like that. So, but it's on iOS now. This is a light version of the game, so it's not quite everything that you see in the full version of the game, obviously. But so the whole point of the game, once we start the game, let's go. It's kind of like an adventure game. So you have to tap on things to get to the end of the level. We'll go for the first door. It's a little bit easier. So the whole point is that in each of the scenarios, there's one way to not blow up. So you can see that I've done most of these most of the ways. So you got a countdown timer at the top corner. You can tap stuff that happens, things, objects in the scene, and see what happens. So we'll pull that back, and so it blows the nose, it blows up anyway. Fair enough. And so the whole game is like that. You only get one chance. It moves on to the next thing. It will rotate round, so you get to the end and come back. And you basically get 20 seconds to tap on one thing and see what happens, and hopefully the whole point is to attempt to not blow everything up. But well, that doesn't work, so we'll try the candle, see if that does anything. Did that do anything? Yep. So I said that one didn't blow up. But that's the whole point of the game, really. These different scenarios. As you saw at the beginning of the game, there was 3 doors, and that's just with the light version. Obviously, there's more to do with the full version. Once you've completed, so the first part of the game is to stop things from exploding. Failed there. But then once you've completed all of them, you can see it on this page. Where some things are white and some things are gold. The white ones are the levels that I've completed, so I've successfully managed to not blow up that area, that scenario. And the gold ones are the ones that after you've completed each of the levels, you'll be asked to find all the gags, essentially. And that basically means go through each of the areas, tapping on things that you may not have tapped on before, and seeing what happens. Whether you can find all of the, even if things blow up, you'll be able to find all of the gags basically. So you can see that the Buddha one that was white has just turned gold there on that one, because I've now found all of the gags on that thing, so that won't repeat itself on the next time round. What else is that? Okay, that's a new one. Never seen that one before. But that's the whole premise of McPixel basically. You go around trying to either not explode things if you're doing the thing the first time around, or just finding all the weird things. And there are definitely some weird things in the game. But yeah, that is McPixel. Play it. The fourth and final game that we're going to look at this week on Mobile Monday is called Hi, Guess the Movie. I don't know why it's got Hi there, but there's a whole series of games. Guess the brand, guess the movie, guess the character. They've all got Hi in front of them. No idea why. Maybe it's to differentiate them between that and the other. There's a couple of more games in the App Store that run in the similar vein, but this one is what we're looking at today. So obviously, the whole part of the game is you're given an image and then told to guess what that is, essentially guess the movie. They're like I said, there are a selection of other games in this vein, so if you want ones that, there's guess the song, so if you want an image that represents a song, download guess the song. If you think that you're good at movies, download guess the movie and see if you're really as good as you think. So first thing to say, at the top of the screen you can see there's a level. So on level 1, this is the very start of the game. I've restarted the game just for the purposes of the review. They do get more difficult. This is obvious what it is. In fact, let's put it in so we can see some more pictures. So on the right hand side of the screen, there's the top one allows you to skip to the next one. We haven't got any of those yet. The middle one fills in some of the letters, and the bottom one removes some of the letters. So the difference between the bottom two is basically that the bottom one doesn't put those letters in. It just tells you what isn't part of the word. And then Facebook allows you to obviously post to Facebook in order to ask your friends what they think the thing is, the object on screen. So I'll put a couple more in, get a little bit further into the game, see if we can get a difficult one. So again, the Facebook thing appears once you've gotten it correct as well. So you can, once you've got, instead of asking your friends for help, you can also see if your friends know something that you have already gotten. But we'll just continue. We won't need to do that. So a lot of them are pretty obvious, but some of them can get quite vague. A couple of them are just there we go. Concentrating on talking, not what I'm typing. A couple of them are like basically the DVD box art, you could say. So they're pretty obvious. The ones that, I mean, this one is obvious in what it is, and it's Harry Potter. But if you didn't know that character, a lot of them can get like this towards the later levels, where it's more a symbolism of a specific character in a film. And if you don't know that film, there's just no chance that you're going to get it. Thankfully, I do know this film. So I'll carry on in this vein. We'll do some more Transformers. It is ad supported, but the game is free. So having the ads in the game for a free game isn't too bad. And I haven't gotten to the end yet. I've been playing this for hours, and I don't know how far it goes. I mean, logically, you would assume that there's an end to how many films are in here, especially seeing as the images seem to have been done specifically for this game. It's not what other games I've seen do, which is like parts of the box art, and you've got to guess the film based on the box art, and the creators in that respect haven't created the images themselves. In this game, they seem to have created the images themselves, so that there's got to be an end point to how many films are in there, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I mean, it's one of those type of games that's easy to play. It's easy to get frustrated with as well when you can't get a specific film or in the other cases songs or blah blah blah. But if you can't get it and you've run out of a little words that you can put in, and your friends don't know, because it's very difficult to get that top one, the skip this puzzle. It's very difficult to get that, so it can get frustrating when you can't play the game until you've guessed it. So you either just have to sit there and stare at it until you've figured out what what the puzzle is, or you have to hope that when you keep posting it to Facebook and hope that your friends do know. But at least the option is there to post it to Facebook. You're not just trying to find people in the real world and just shoving your phone in the face, saying, "What's this?" But that is Hi Guess the Movie, and that is Mobile Monday for this week. Bye bye.